Experience Germany, a surprising journey of discovery. Welcome to the German capital. Everyone knows the Brandenburg Gate, the Reichstag, and the Berlin Wall. But did you know that there are 2,500 bridges in Berlin? 4 times more than in Venice, and each one has its charm.
The Overbaum Bridge that crosses the pretty simple spectacular at sunset. The Admiral Bridge is Kreuzberg is a meeting point for young people who like to party there in the evenings. The Glienicke Bridge was known as a place where captured species will be exchanged. There are small bridges towards Spandau and Reinickendorf that are very close to nature, herons, swans, ducks. There are also beavers in the river of Berlin. Beavers, squirrels, and red deer are also native to Saarbrücken, the state capital of Saarland. Birgit Gravogel from Tourismus Central Saarland explained that this is because there is a primaveral forest at the gates of the city, close to the French border. A primaveral forest is supposed to develop freely with human intervention. Trees are no longer cut down, and fact that it looks so intentional, even the dead wood, which is left microorganisms and insects. It is a primaveral forest that develops over 10 and 20 years. It will naturally do at this latitude. The far north of Germany is also more than just beaches, diggers, and lighthouses.
The Grignitz flows from the Ratzeburg Lake on the right side of the trip to Lübeck, and because of its untouched nature that is like a primeval forest, the small river has come to be called the Amazon of the North. What does it look like? Like the Amazon. You see green all around you, and in the middle there is a lot of water. There are no rapids, but instead there are water lilies and irises. There are passages along the Grignitz that are reminiscent of the swamps of the southern states of the USA.
And anyone who thinks the American Space Centers in the swamps of Florida is the only center of international space travel has not yet been to Bremen. This is where the European part of the International Space Station was assembled, the upper level of the Ariane rocket. We have great companies, some of which you can visit, that research space and create seeing things like small planetary rovers. A rover is a small vehicle that travels around in space and a comet and takes rock samples. Even the town musicians of Bremen wanted to race for the sky. The largest Trojan horse in the world, however, is in the Hasentin town of Stendal in the Alkmaar region. It is built of wood and it is high, about 16 meters tall, 13 meters long, and at the most 10 meters wide. You can walk inside and feel like you are in Einstein, entering unknown territory. The Trojan horse stands in the family and children's park of the Wirtland Museum, and it really is eye-catching. Visitors should also see to Birchesland region up close, because it is so hilly. The city of Wuppertal, which has a total of 517 skywars, in the city with the most skywars in Germany. This really captured your attention. For example, there is the Holster Steigers, an open skyway from the beginning of the 19th century. It is now bright and colorful. The steps were painted blue, pink, and green, and it has become a real Instagram pilgrim point. Another style word is tipping, tapping, touching. It connects the Aalborg and the Louisy-Bertel districts. It is definitely worth a visit. This helps you get from one point to another without a car. Everyone knows that hikers and cross-country skiers are also welcome in the Thuringen Forest, but Thuringen sports journalist Katja Bauret has a true underground secret tip for cyclists in Kampfdorf, a district of Unterwellenbo. There is a used main there. Viking fans have the opportunity to ride through the tunnels, and mountain bikers or lately also electric motorcycles. They can do this, for example, with professional guides and the best equipment. It's a lot of fun, and I think something very special about Thuringen. What is very special in Frankfurt and Main is of course the largest German airport, the Scottish chain, and Frankfurters. But few foreign visitors know that the Hessian capital has the newest old town in the world.
After the Second World War, Frankfurt was very badly destroyed. Until then, there was one of the largest and the most beautiful half-timbered complexes in Frankfurt, and in the early 2000s the old town was rebuilt. It's exciting because there are 15 reconstructions that remain true to the original buildings, and there are also 20 new buildings, so it's quite an exciting mix. And that's why it's the newest old town in the world. The old town of Görlitz in Saxony, in contrast, is the largest continuous landmark area in Germany, with more than 4,000 listed buildings from the 5 different areas.
The entire city center is a single monument. Many of the tall buildings in the city center, cultural institutions, and also department stores are listed buildings and reflect the 5 different areas Spain centuries. They have been beautiful and restored. This is what makes it so fascinating to stroll through the old town of Görlitz. If you're looking for a good time after a walk through the city, you'll find in the Frankfurt. This is because every year the state recognizes
The Tree Blossom Festival takes place at the start of spring. In winter, this is 5 days earlier than in the surrounding area, because there is a very mild climate there and the normmost licensed vineyard in the world. People sit on the wooden benches in the orchards and enjoy the many products of the region. You can go on tours by horse-drawn carriage. It is a well-rounded experience, especially because of the beautiful historic old town and it is of location by the water. After all, did you know what the city name Werder means? Island of the river.